In this episode of American Truck Simulator, I take on the challenge of navigating through some of the most treacherous roads on the planet. This is our brand new Kenworth T680 Next Gen, and its first journey is no easy feat, hauling not one, not two, but three Kenworth semi-trucks through what can only be described as a nerve-wracking and edge-of-your-seat journey. Picture this. Steep cliff faces with no safety barriers, rough unpaved surfaces, narrow single track sections, construction zones, insane inclines and descents, a generous layer of snow and ice covering the ground, as well as freezing fog, and night driving thrown into the mix. This adventure promises to push both man and machine to their absolute limits. So grab your favourite drink and snack, settle in, and prepare for a truly unique experience in American Truck Simulator. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new adventure for 2024. I'm backing in at the Kenworth dealer, and behind me is a gooseneck trailer with three of the older generation T680 trucks. I want to say a happy new year to you all, and I hope you had a good Christmas. And I hope you're having a great 2024 so far. You might have wondered where I've been, and I will explain all that to you on the journey today. I have loads of things to tell you about. I'm going to wind down the window and take a look, because as good as the cameras are, there is no substitute for leaning out and eyeballing it for yourself, right? That's our yellow trucks back there. We can't really miss them. And this is a great position to pick them up. I'm glad about where they've left these for us. Well, this is looking great. Let's back up nice and gently and we'll get the trailer hooked up. Alrighty, we've got the gooseneck locked to the fifth wheel of the truck and the lines are hooked up too. So let's get back in the warm and get on the road. Our journey today is about 230 miles. And I know this is the cam before the storm because the journey is going to be scary and dangerous and extremely challenging today. And I'm sure plenty of you will have questions about the mods I'm using. I'm going to try to explain everything in the video, and I'll also have all the mods linked in the description below should you want to have a go for yourself. And I think you should. I highly recommend giving this one a go. Well, I've got lots of real life things to tell you about, like what I've been up to for the last 2 months, some YouTube and some other game stuff to discuss as well, and of course, let's not forget all the updates for the latest 1.49 for American Truck Simulator. And can you tell I've been away from this game for a while? I should have taken a much wider swing on this corner. We can make the corner, but the stop sign kind of worries me. Let's get out and take a look. And I've got a bit of space at the curbside, and we're okay here, but I haven't made it too easy for myself. This, in case you're wondering, isn't the insane difficult roads and challenges I spoke about at the start of the video. This is just me being stupid. Well, we're clear of the sign, so let's get this journey properly started. No American Truck Simulator map would be complete without the hot dog guy. What's your feelings on hot dogs? The only place I ever eat them is in Costco. How do you take your hot dog? I'm definitely a ketchup and mustard type of guy. Well, I've decided to run the red light because they were genuinely not going to turn green for us at all. So we are $600 down before we've even hit the open road. Well, where do we start? Let's talk about this map. This is an amazing map called Mountain Roads by Urban Trucking, and I believe this is made by just one person. And I've decided to spice the journey up, which can be insanely difficult by default anyway. I've decided to add snow and added the winter physics mod, which makes the roads extra slippery. We're finally leaving town, and there's a communist feel to this place, but I have to say, what this map lacks in overall polish, it gains in character and challenge. It's such a fun and unique place to drive, and that's why I had to showcase it for you guys today. What on earth is this? This is something you don't ever see in the standard ATS game. I'm not sure if they want us to take to the right hand side there and go up that way, but I'm certain we would get stuck, especially in the snow. There's no way I'm risking squeezing through that gap, so we'll just have to wait for the queue to clear. We are likely to see quite a bit of narrow lanes and construction zones on our route today, and that's just one part of this crazy place. Well, the traffic has cleared, so now is our chance to get through this narrow section. You can see there's no way we had the angle to make it there with the oncoming traffic. We do not have winter tyres fitted, but we do have a four-wheel drive truck, essential here on this map. And since we're running with snow and slippery roads and a huge heavy cargo, I've intentionally picked a very, very easy route for us to take. Well, you may be wondering where I've been for all of January. Well, I intentionally take the months of January and July off of YouTube, and that's just to ensure that I've got some thinking time and time to research and plan some future videos just like this. I'm not driven by subscriber numbers or hitting particular schedules or targets, but as much fun as doing this is, I feel that everyone needs some time away. As we're looking over there, you can see the textures in some places are a little rough around the edges. We're about to get into some technically challenging and scary parts, and this is why I'm showcasing this map today. Not enough light is shone on the really good map mods out there to really challenge us truck sim fans. One of the goals of my channel is to showcase some of these more unusual and entertaining mods, and this drive today, even though it's a very easy one, will be more challenging than any default delivery in ATS. This building we're coming up to kind of reminds me of the film The Shining. It's got that creepy feeling to it. If you've never seen The Shining, then put it on your list. It is a good one. Oh, and there's a broken down car at the fuel station. Another $900 for a crash. Well, there was definitely no car there, but I guess these are the setbacks you face with modded maps. Nobody plays these maps to gain wealth. It's all about having fun. Well, I suppose it's a good time to say a huge thank you to all of my recent subscribers. November and December saw big increases in views and new subscribers to the channel. In those 2 months, I gained something like 250 subscribers and round about 55,000 views, which for me was unbelievably good. So thank you very much. It was all down to a few successful videos, but the big one was a guide to BeamNG career mode, which is sitting at the moment around 20,000 views. So thank you to all my viewers, old and new. Hopefully 2024 will bring another big step forwards for the channel, and hearing positive feedback makes me want to make big improvements for the very next video. I'll tell you a funny story about a comment I got. It will illustrate the point that you cannot win all of your viewers over. And we are so close to this edge. I've got to take care because this drive is starting to get a little bit tougher, and these cliff faces that are so close to our truck. Oh crap, there was no warning of this. This is a steep downhill grade and I'm gonna have to press the brakes. Oh god, please stop, please stop. Oh, that was so lucky. Thank god we were far back, because we gained on them so quickly there and I had no steering at all down that hill. Well, we live to fight another day, and this is where this map can just catch you out in the blink of an eye. We've also got a guy standing in the middle of the bridge taking a selfie, so let's not get into any accident with him and give him a wide berth. I'm now setting the Jake brake to maximum, just in case we get any other unexpected downhill sections like that. Ooh, we slide again on this corner, nearly lost it there. I've got to take it nice and easy. So the mod for the snowy weather is called Frosty Winter Mod version 5 by Grimes, and it turns your map into a winter wonderland like this. And it gives you the option for snowy wheels and tyres as well, and the option to have a slippery road, both of which I've turned on. You also have the option of having the roads clear, and there was something else I had to tell you about the mod. Oh yeah, when it rains, it falls as snow and sleet instead of regular rain. I'm kind of glad we don't have snow to deal with right now. Something is going on up ahead. There's possibly been an accident, I'm not really sure, but I've just decided to straddle both lanes and I'll put my hazards on just in case. So I don't normally go into a lot of personal details of my real life, but in December I had the opportunity to visit Lapland, which is the northern part of Finland, and it was unbelievable. Now I live in Scotland and we get some snow and quite a lot of cold weather, but it is sometimes quite easy to think that we live quite far north in the world. But this was a 3-hour flight north of where I am, and it was so much better than I could have imagined. Well, we missed the lights that time round, but we will get the next green. What can I tell you about northern Finland? Stunningly beautiful, and yet completely barren. So cold, as you would expect, although when I was there it was around -20, and the locals told me that it was unusually warm. It should have been around about -40 at that time of year. But trust me, -20 was plenty cold enough. I'm not liking this cliff edge over here, and at least some of it has guardrails in place, but I'm feeling the truck running away from me, even with the Jake brake on. And if I press the foot brake, then we slide and we probably crash straight over the edge. This is what happens when you make a mistake. You have an accident, and they're all big accidents around here. He's lucky because he could have gone straight off the edge of that cliff. So anyway, on my trip, I managed to play with some ski mobiles, which were such great fun to drive, go husky sledging. I visited a really cool ice house, took some reindeer sledging trips. We went out into the middle of nowhere to take some pictures of the northern lights. I would go back in a heartbeat. Would you take a look at this? Our side of the road is completely covered in snow and rocks. It looks like there's been a landslide, and I just hope that no cars come towards us or we will be stuck here. We're now on very uneven ground, and this is where the journey is starting to get a little bit tougher, but these views outside are spectacular. And would you take a look at how bumpy this is getting? The truck is being bounced around despite having expensive and sophisticated air suspension fitted. Here's a little beauty shot of our Kenworth truck and our cargo still attached behind. This road is getting worse, and I actually thought that no other vehicles were on it, but this Mack truck has proved me wrong. We just squeezed past him. This guy is waving us through, or at least I think that's what he's doing. He might have been doing the Macarena, I'm not too sure. And this one is going to be tight. I'm going to have to breathe in for that, but I also want to get through here before some vehicles come the other way, or this is going to wind up in a mess. It looks like those workers over at the side are clearing the landslide. Looks like a big job to move all of that rock. But anyway, we make it through and on to the next surprise. Well, it wouldn't be an American Truck Simulator video if we didn't talk about the recent updates. So a massive update came out on the 23rd of November, and that was called 1.49. In addition to the Farm Machinery DLC and Kansas Map DLC, there's lots of fairly significant gameplay features that were improved really to help the immersive experience in the sim. Some cool things have been added in the recent update, the first being the moon has been added back. It's been properly modelled in terms of the phases being correct and the position of the moon in the sky being accurate. Oh, and we slip again coming down here. As soon as the weight of that trailer pushes us, we are in a world of trouble. During the nighttime, we've also got stars that twinkle in the night sky. These features are fairly small, but you need things like that to help with the immersion of a sim like this. There are also new weather effects like fog, thunder and lightning, and even the northern lights. All of these I'm really loving, and it brings in a bit more variety to our journeys. Another thing I'm loving are the new HDR skyboxes. I found the old ones were a little grainy and lacked variety, but the new ones are so good. There were third-party mods available. Some of them I felt weren't all that great looking in my opinion, so the new default ones by SES Software are just perfect. Oh, we're just hanging on to her going down these hills. It feels so slippery underneath us. I feel like something bad is about to happen. We've had a good run for too long now. Our luck is surely going to change at some point. I'm trying to remember some of the other new features in the ATS update. There are used truck dealers, but I'm not totally convinced by these at all. I get that new trucks are expensive, but you buy old ones and then they need so much work that I don't know how much money you're actually saving in the process. Let me know what your experience is with used truck dealers. One kind of unusual feature of the new update was the Packard truck testing facility, which is based in Washington state. It's a copy of the real life facility where Kenworth and Peterbilt trucks are developed, but it's pretty well hidden on the map. It's certainly worth checking out, as you can put your truck through its paces at the test facility, and I'll put a link to the video I made showcasing 10 new features that the devs put into the update. And in that video, I've got a map showing where the testing facility is, so you can find it easy for yourself. I'm very impressed that we haven't gone off the edge of any of these cliffs. That's a great accomplishment, if nothing else. Will we make it to the end with no mishaps though? Make your predictions now. This looks like a bit of a downhill section. And yeah, they are warning us about that, and roadworks. And oh guys, here's the big one. Oh, I'm gonna have to brake as we're sliding. I've got zero steering. Watch out, car. Ooh. Well, that was scary. My heart is now racing from this drive. That just came out of nowhere. That was a huge save. I bet that dude in the car needs a new change of underwear. Imagine looking in your rear view mirror and seeing a truck sliding towards you like we were. Time to relax a little. We're heading through another town and we're nearly at our destination. We haven't really talked about our truck yet, so we probably should. The trucks we're towing are the T680s, and they've been around since 2013. The one that we're driving is the T680 Next Gen, which came out in 2021, I think it was. So we're driving a very special T680 Next Gen. This one is the Signature Edition model to celebrate 100 years of Kenworth as a company. I made a little cinematic video showcasing it, so I will put that in the video description for you. I think the right lane must be turning right, so I guess we need to use the left lane. This is going to be a tight squeeze, so make sure we don't mess up at this stage. We're good. Well, I didn't realize both lanes turn left, so I'm going to be that guy. It looks like I'm just trying to jump the queue. Sorry everyone. I think we can squeeze in now. As we clip the curb back there like an amateur. Well, this map just keeps getting better. We're now on the coast and there's some freezing fog to deal with, and this is one of the new weather features in the sim that I was talking about earlier. I absolutely love it, and it gives a great atmosphere with quite a reduced visibility of the road ahead, but it looks pretty realistic, I would say. Oh, I nearly forgot to tell you about the funny comment that I got on one of my YouTube videos that I mentioned earlier. Before I tell you the story, I want to say that my community are amazing, and almost every single comment I get is nice and kind and very supportive, and I appreciate the folks that go to the trouble of not just watching my videos but actually commenting or saying nice things, and they appreciate the videos that I make. But anyway, this was a slightly unusual one. So as you may know, I'm a simulation channel. Well, actually I'm an everything I like channel, to be honest. I like gaming, so I showcase lots of video games. And I've had success with Call of the Wild, Flight Simulator, Euro Truck, American Truck, as well as BeamNG. And those games I would say are my kind of usual content. So some guy had commented on a BeamNG video and said how great it was and he had subscribed, and that was very cool. You know, I appreciate people reaching out and letting me know that I'm doing something right. And within a period of a week or two, I had quite a few BeamNG videos out. Anyway, I brought out an American Truck Simulator video showcasing the new features of the 1.49 update that we were talking about earlier. And the same guy left a comment on that video to say something along the lines of, "I thought you were a BeamNG channel, I'm unsubscribing." Oh, we gotta take it easy because this is rough here. We don't want to damage the cargo. So if you ever have a channel or ever plan on having one on YouTube, when you get a message like that, then breathe a sigh of relief, because you honestly don't need people like that watching your content. Yeah, I know my community watch my videos for me and what I make, whether it's good or bad, and if you don't like a particular game or series, then nobody is forcing you to watch it. And the other thing to remember is if you're subscribed to someone and you want to unsubscribe, you probably don't need to tell them that you're unsubscribing from the channel. This looks like snow, but we seem to be rolling over it okay, and it's getting so dark here. We're going to have to maybe put on our full beams at some point just to be able to spot these cars and rocks and trees and other things at the side of the road. Oh, we're going to grind to a halt here. Come on, pull through. No. Damn it! We are so close to our destination. We've driven onto this slushy type of mud and we're going to get stuck. Well, luckily we got out of that bind by putting on the differential, rocking the truck back and forward a little bit. We had to get some of the locals to back up a little, and sometimes it takes a little bit of force to get that to happen, and we managed to just squeeze through there, but that was so lucky. I thought we were going to have to be towed and have the embarrassment of not making it to our destination. It's got really, really dark now, and so where I can, we're making use of high beams. I don't know why that guy had his hazard lights on there. I don't know if he was telling us something, but anyway, we push on and try and keep this truck and trailer on the road. I do love the sensors in these camera mirrors. They seem to be very good and they lighten up the sky, so at least we can see that our trailer is not going off the edge of the cliff. You'll notice here I'm just kind of taking the middle of the road. I can see pretty much where other vehicles would be coming towards us. I'm trying to make this road as wide as I possibly can because we do not want to have any mishaps in the last couple of miles of our journey. And this is a weird thing. There's quite a lot of vehicles parked at the side of the road on this map. This one is an hour lane facing us, which is a little unusual. You'll also notice as well loads of signs in the middle of the road, lots of obstacles for us to crash into. We're taking a right here and then we should just be a mile or so away from our destination. I'm going to say this was a green light. I don't know what set of lights I was supposed to be looking at there, but if no one's round to see it, then it didn't happen, right? Well, we've made it to the destination in one piece. All we got to do is swing right into the yard and we'll find out where they want us to park this. I honestly don't know how tricky this is going to be, so I'm kind of a little apprehensive about what the parking job is going to look like. Let's see what they're saying. Oh, well, there's not a I can do anything job, but it would be silly to leave the trucks outside here on the outside of the yard, so let's just go and drive them inside the gates. I'm sure it won't be so bad at all. I'm going to swing left because I want to make sure we can get this trailer all the way in here. It's a little bit of an unusual shape of entrance. We don't have a regular trailer, so we don't have to worry about hitting the fender guards. The guard is watching us deliver this, but we should be absolutely fine. If you're using this map for yourself, again, you don't have to have the snow on. By default, it is not a snowy map. That's our proximity sensor. We are okay. I don't think we're going to hit that fence. I think we've got enough room. Yep, my advice would be make sure that your truck is a four-wheel drive, and the other advice would be take a short trailer, take a fairly light cargo for some of the journeys. You do not want to have a heavy haul, and try to take a day cab as well, because some of the narrow bridges and tight turns can be pretty much impossible with a sleeper cab like we've got today. There we go. We made it to our destination in one piece. Our cargo is undamaged, so let's lower the legs and we'll see what they've given us. So 232 miles, took 11 hours and 26 minutes, and we consumed 32 gallons of fuel. We got 2 penalties along the way, but we did make over $27,000. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thanks as always for your support. Have an excellent day, and until the next one, take care.